Last chance to buy Harmony One.
Let's get into it.
So today, guys, we are going to be taking a cheeky look at Harmony One, and specifically how low this price has become that it is a very attractive proposition. As we get into this video, guys, if you do find it useful and informative, then do go ahead and hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And if you happen to be new to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with all those new cryptocurrencies and hidden gems, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By becoming a subscriber, you'll be kept up to date with absolutely everything. It is free, you'll stay well informed, so why not? Chris, is there anything else that you would like to add before we jump on down to the desktop and start reviewing exactly what's been going on today and why Harmony One is looking like a very good buy right now?
Yeah, just let us know what you think about the price at the moment. Really interested to get your views and opinions. Do you think it's an absolute steal like we do? Let us know.
Fantastic. Right, let's jump on down and get right on into these charts.
Let's do it.
Right, guys, to start with, we're going to just have a brief discussion here around Bitcoin's dominance. So I know a lot of people are scared. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that are falling down in value today. And this is something that, it has many different reasons that are underlining behind it, right? You have, things going on with Elon Musk. You have things going on with Vitalik, for example. And all of these kind of things are actually causing a bit of a mass panic in the space. But what we have here in front of us is the Bitcoin dominance. And the Bitcoin dominance is currently at 41.9. And that's actually a pretty good position to be in because Bitcoin dominance has fallen, and that's a good sign. We actually see it recovering a little bit from where it was yesterday. And ultimately, this line just over here at 37 is an interesting line. This is where we actually came down to during 2027 or 2017 before we went back up again, before we had that complete and utter crash, right? So we had initially come down, okay, and that's kind of where we are in our cycle at the moment, right? We're coming down, and then ultimately we're looking for another spike up, which we're starting to see that reversal, okay? That'll go up, and then we'll have that last kind of drop. At least that's what happened in the previous cycle. Now, what we can see over here is, it's coming down and going back up again. Whether it goes as high as it did previously, bringing that kind of up to about 67 or so, is yet to be seen. Whether or not this particular run is that, and we are still on our way down to see the next kind of leg. The thing that's really interesting is we got down to 37% of that dominance, right? So it was 37% dominance when we had that bottom, right? Before we having that leg up, before coming right back down again. This thing actually bottomed out, and we actually saw that true high level at around 30, I think, 30%, 32%. Just here, right? So we can see that if I just move this chart up a little bit. You see this thing when it actually peaked down here, it was at low as 32, and we were currently at 41.9. So we have quite a bit of room still to go down in the Bitcoin dominance to truly have that alt season that we've been talking about. So when it comes to looking at the Bitcoin dominance here, we know that actually we're in a pretty good spot. There's still loads of room to actually fall down here in Bitcoin dominance to drop significantly, which would mean that the altcoins really go on their parabolic run. So right now we know that actually this is a bit of a natural kind of local top, or a temporary kind of top that was found, and there's a healthy correction that's coming in, but it is obviously being mainly driven from external factors such as Elon Musk and going on several kind of rampages. And obviously you also see the same thing with Vitalik just dumping all those meme coins, and obviously all of that kind of combined, which is obviously happening this week, it kind of allows for this catalyst for massive fear in the space. But with that fear does come some juicy opportunities. This here, guys, is the entire alt season or altcoin market cap excluding Bitcoin, right? So this is all crypto excluding Bitcoin, so your entire altcoins. And if we just zoom in, we can see that actually we're hovering around that kind of second price target here. We're finding good support. We've got the wicks proceeding below it, but we haven't actually closed a daily candle below that price level, okay? And that one comes in here at $1.196 trillion. So right now, we're actually in a pretty good spot. We obviously know that the higher levels that we're looking to achieve, but we haven't dropped our altcoin dominance massively, right? Or our altcoin market cap hasn't dropped off massively, right? We've had a drop from a high, a local top, if you will, which can be found just at the top of this particular wick here. We have that local top, and then we obviously have the price of all the alts kind of fluctuating in and around here. Now we have that dropping down to a maximum level of 25%, right? So we lost 25% in that move, but that's very healthy. That's nothing that should be really concerning or shouldn't be worrying us in this space. It is a very volatile one because it's got a low amount of money in this space, so it moves quite rapidly. But ultimately, that isn't a scary move in any sense of the word, right? And we still know that we have huge potential to continue moving to the upside. So right now, when we have, you can see this what's going on here. We also have that 50 moving average being a good area of support on this altcoin journey. But we know that we are looking to move much higher here. We haven't even got to the third extension level here of the 3.618. That comes in at $1.64 trillion. So we've still got quite a significant move just to go up to that price target, which if I just throw that on there, shows an additional 35% from the current move, right? So current altcoins, another 35% gets us to just this level here. And then when we throw that a little bit higher, we can see that's another 58% just to get to the top extension level for the altcoins. And obviously not all altcoins will peak at the same time either. They will be staged out in several different ways. So you'll see that there'll be money flowing out of some projects into different ones. So you actually stay around, hovering around the top for a little bit of time, for a couple of weeks or so before you finally actually get that kind of crashing happening. So we're saying, guys, is we're not quite there yet, and that's a positive sign, because if I just bring up Harmony 1 to the USDT, we see some pretty fantastic opportunities that you didn't normally see in this space, very often. And that's just how low this value has actually come. So at the point of recording this video, Chris, Harmony 1 is at 10.2 cent. According to Binance. This here is Harmony 1 to the USDT daily chart, Binance as the data source as usual. The Fibonacci retracement that you can see here runs from our low level of the 11th of March through to the high that was the 29th of March, right? That was an 18-day run that saw that 496% in gains. So we've seen the healthy correction. We had the rally back up, finding the resistance and all that kind of good stuff. And then we have this correction again coming down today. But what we are looking for is this support line right here. And this is why this particular cryptocurrency is of particular interest today. It's a very attractive proposition because it's going to be finding support on the 100 daily moving average in the way that you saw that before, just over here. And then also when you start looking at those lower time frames, the position of Harmony 1 according to the relative strength index, the low volumes, and how it's kind of correcting, it's indicating that this thing is really, really low, and there's only one place to go from there, and that is to the upside. So the proposition here for Harmony 1 is incredibly attractive. So if I just pull this down and we take a quick look at the hourly chart here, what you can see is how we are right down in the bottom end here. We've actually been hovering around here for quite some time during the course of today, right? You can see how we've got this kind of major support line forming just over here, just down at that low level at 10 cent, right? And we can see that we hover down towards that oversold situation, and we shoot straight back up. We do find a little bit of resistance, obviously, on that journey. But once that sentiment changes, this thing is literally primed and ready to go. We have volume that's a really interesting kind of volume. It spikes up occasionally and does decrease again as it has that kind of decrease in price as well. So ultimately right now the relative strength index is 39, and so it's in a very good position to really move to the upside with huge amounts of space here to take advantage of. So when you look at the hourly chart, everything looks like a pretty good position in terms of relative strength index. Volumes are looking pretty good. We are below average pricing, as in the 50, 100, 200 moving averages are above the current pricing for Harmony 1. So all that's looking pretty good. And then if you go ahead and have a look at that daily chart, and you can see how you're fast approaching that 100 daily moving average, and you start to see that actually the whole picture here is indicating to me, at least in my opinion, Chris, that we are finding a very good strong support zone at 10 cent. That looks to be a good bottom area here at the moment for Harmony 1, and makes this thing look an incredibly attractive purchasing opportunity, because ultimately this thing is ready to really move to the upside. Huge amounts of potential if that sentiment in the market changes, which I think it will do in due course, Chris. There's only so much fear that people can sell, right? And ultimately people will start seeing exactly what we're seeing here in this chart, and in many different altcoin charts as well. And ultimately we say, yeah, this is absolutely a fantastic opportunity that I want to take advantage of. So when there's blood being spilt in the streets and all that fear is up for sale, this is a time to really take stock of the situation, understand what's going on, and use the data. Data is your friend in these kind of scenarios, whereas emotions are your enemy. And people are acting emotionally in this space at the moment. They are selling their crypto assets at a healthy discount. And when it comes to Harmony One, this thing is looking primed and ready to go. It looks to me like Tencent looks to appear to be the bottom area for Harmony One. And we're going to be getting good support here on that 100 moving average. The relative strength index is low on the daily chart at 38. It's 39 on the hourly chart. Volumes are looking pretty attractive on the daily as well as the hourly. And again, on the hourly chart, it's also indicating that we're below average pricing on the 50, 100, 200 moving average on the hourly. So everything's looking incredibly attractive for purchasing opportunities when it comes to Harmony One. But Chris, anything else you feel that I've maybe missed off that you think is also worth bringing up at this point?
Not that you've necessarily missed off, but how I've been sort of banging on about marketing and that side of things, and I have seen an awful lot going on for Harmony, some of which is community led and others more led by the team. We're seeing lots of things circulating about Harmony's ecosystem, which I love to see. I think that's brilliant, and hopefully more and more people will share that, and people will see that actually Harmony is probably ahead of the curve compared to some other blockchains in the space doing the same sort of thing. So for me, I love to see all of that, but I'm seeing AMAs from senior engineers in the team this month, which I hadn't really seen previous. So that's great. And obviously the, Stephen as well doing AMAs. So, I think there's an improvement in the market, and I still think there's a long way to go, but I think it's remarkable just that little bit of additional information that I see circulating now. I think there's going to be benefits to come off the back of that, certainly. So that's one thing that I kind of want to sort of call out as something that I've noticed and I've been impressed with. And I think there's lots of people talking about wallets that are dumping when it gets to a certain price. I think this is just part and parcel of this space, right? Like you see it not just in Harmony, you see it in various other projects as well. I don't think you're ever going to get away from that. But are they able to literally become that blockade to stop the price discovery? The answer to that, in my humble opinion, is no. There isn't one wallet out there that is able to just literally crash Harmony One back down to where we see it today. I don't think that's the case at all. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got as high as we did the previous time. When we got to the all-time high. For me, like it's a little bit of FUD, but I will look into it in a lot more detail. It's just been super busy our end, but that's not a concern for me. I think the marketing was was the one thing for me that I wanted to just see some improvements. I'm seeing that now. I knew they were working on it, and I'm happy that I'm seeing it from two aspects: the team and the community. And I think with that, I think you're onto a winner.
Absolutely. And guys, hopefully you found this video useful and informative. If you did, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with those new cryptocurrencies, those hidden gems, technical analysis and news, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By becoming a subscriber, you'll be kept up to date with everything we do here. It is free. You'll stay well informed. So why not? With that said, done and out of the way, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, take care.